Now let's begin trying out our artificial intelligence prompts to help us rewrite our current headline for the roofing business, to help us rewrite our headline for that current roofing marketing business. So here's what I asked it. Rewrite this headline in 8 words. That's the first and easiest thing to try, is just to play around with different lengths to see what might look better on your sales page, to see whether ChatGPT can edit the headline you already made to be as effective in fewer words, or if it's not too effective, then how many more words can you add to make it effective? So that way you'll achieve the perfect balance of shortest possible headline while at the same time most resonant with your potential buyers. So here we go. Rewrite this headline in 8 words. And the headline was the proven roofing marketing strategy to 5 to 10x your return on investment. And here's what it did. Maximize roofing marketing ROI with proven 5 to 10x strategy. And I think it really needed an extra word because it's with a proven. So you can always ask it, try 10 more times. You can have a dialogue with it. And at the same time, while asking it for 10 more times, you can ask it, increase the number of words to 9. And it does that. Obviously, in your case, you'd go through it and read it. I'm just going to pick 1 or 2 that I like, because 10 is just too many to go through. It's going to make the video too long and boring to watch. But of course, you can take your time and read through them on your own. Out of these, I like the last one, empower your roofing business, proven strategy to elevate ROI by 5 to 10x. I think the main problem with this is that our starting point isn't ideal, because increasing ROI isn't the most exciting thing we can promise. But nevertheless, we're just using ChatGPT to explore what it can do here. And I want to point your attention to something you can do. Look at the next prompt I gave ChatGPT. Can you use the instructions from the previous prompt? It's like we're literally having a dialogue. Every question doesn't mean you're starting from scratch. Every question means you're building on the previous set of questions. It can do that. So over time, you get to better and better prompts. So I asked it, can you use the instructions from the previous prompt, but this time use more exciting language that stands out? And it did that. And I like some of these ideas. For example, number 1, skyrocket your ROI. Unleash an invincible roofing marketing strategies. I don't love the invincible whatever, but I love the beginning. Skyrocket your ROI by 5 to 10x. That sounds strong. And so what you would do is 2 things. One is pick words. Like, for example, you wouldn't pick explode. Explode your returns. Anything explode, anything ignite or blast or grow like a tsunami. Of course, this is roofing for houses. You don't want any of those words related to houses. But something like skyrocket, that's cool. You can kind of picture growth skyrocketing. So the first thing you would do is find words that you like on this theme, because you can use it in your social media, in your additional copywriting. Put the words you like and put the phrases you like kind of in the back pocket to keep on using. Just make a mental note, try to remember them. And then the other thing to do, the second thing, is to keep in mind that since you are the final editor, you can mix and match. For example, I like the first part of this, skyrocket your ROI by 5 to 10x, but I don't like the second part of this necessarily. So what I can do is, in my next instructions, I can ask ChatGPT to keep this first part and just edit the second part, and keep doing that until I get it perfect. And each time it just takes ChatGPT another 30 seconds, and pretty quickly you get to quite an amazing headline, which first it would take you a lot of time sorting through a thesaurus, looking up words, thinking, brainstorming, and then being extremely creative. It's not something that's easy for everyone, especially if you're starting out in copywriting. And even people who are very senior in copywriting, they'd have a hard time creating 10 or 20 or 30 such options for them out of which to pick and choose the best. So what I want you to take away is that ChatGPT won't make a tremendous difference in every case, but you should certainly run everything you do in your sales copywriting by ChatGPT to see if it can be more creative here, add a new word there, give you new ideas here and there. Because certainly the strengths of it are that it's infinitely patient. It can keep in its mind a way greater set of vocabulary than a human can, and it's much faster. Of course, it has many other strengths, but those are some of the main strengths you want to leverage and use it as a brainstorming partner. Like ChatGPT is a copywriting creative genius, but you are the final editor and the director of how you ultimately want your copywriting to sound for your audience. And with that idea in mind, lastly, let's try to rewrite these with a certain audience in mind. So here's what I asked it. Can you rewrite the answers from the previous prompt to appeal to CEOs of roofing companies? We are targeting 40 to 50-year-old males in the United States who are busy and only want to work with professionals. That's roughly our target market. Of course, you can give it a more detailed description of your target market, but this is enough for our example because ChatGPT took those parameters and you see the language changed. Profit-led growth. Secure, stronger returns. You see how these words, profit, secure, they are simple words. They don't have a lot of flair, but they're very to the point. They're even possibly a bit dry, but they're certainly clear and they use a certain language that business professionals use. So you see basically infinite number of ideas all at your fingertips.